Hi, my name is Kelvin Johnson. I'm very excited to do this video today because I believe it's going to change, it's going to help you a lot and it's going to save a lot of your time when you are working with Outlook 2016. Well, this video is about the 10 things in Outlook 2016 you may not know it exists, or if you know, you don't really know how to use it or where it's actually located. So the first one is actually the shortcut keys. So if here I have my the different model in Outlook. For example, I have the mail model, I have the calendar, the people, which is the contact model, the task, and a lot more. So, but if I want to switch within them, if I'm using my keyboard, I'm just typing and I want to switch to my calendar model. So I just type Control 2. It takes me automatically to the calendar model. I can decide to tap Control 3. It takes me to my contact. Control 4 takes me to the task. Control 5 take me to note. Control 6 take me to the folder model. Control 7 take me to shortcut, and Control 8 take me to journal. So if I want to go back to my mail model, I just press Control 1. It takes me automatically back to my model. So secondly, it's about if you, for example, I just click on my mail and here I want to reply on my mail. So if I click reply, I will not have all the options to modify or manipulate my mails. So what you can actually decide to double click on the mail, but there's an option in Outlook. If I click reply, here it's called the pop out. So if I click pop out, as you can see, I'll have a new window to manipulate my mail. So the third option we are going to actually be discussing about is about your read mail. So now, if I receive an email, for example, let me mark this mail as unread. So here I have received an email and the mail is being displayed as unread. As you can see, the text is blue. But if, for example, I click this mail, now automatically the mail becomes a read mail. But how do I stop that from happening? So now, if you receive a lot of mail and you want to make sure that you don't click mails by mistake, and the mail seems seems as if you have read the mail, and while someone after 2 or 3 days later, someone is asking you, hey, you've not replied to my mail. So how are we going to do that? So first of all, maybe you are in your home tab. So you just need to go to your view tab. On your view tab, you need to go to your layout options here. And here you have the reading pane. So click on the reading pane. Here you have the options. So click options. And here you have mark items as read when selection changes. So what I can do is I just take this out, click OK. So now if I decided to make this mail as unread, and I click this mail again, I click here back, as you can see, my mail is still displayed as mail that has not been read. So what I need to do to make this mail, which are actually this functions, I use it at my work a lot because it helps me to coordinate myself. So I just right click on the mail and then mark as read. Now the mail will be marked as read. So the fifth options we are going to discuss, or the 15 in Outlook you may not know, is also about the shortcut key. So if, for example, I want to kind of compose a new mail, I can just use the short key by pressing Control N, and here you can see a new Windows pop up. So I can just tap my mail to Kejo Computers and then send him an email. But also I can decide to, for example, I have this mail here. Kelvin sent me an email and I want to reply to Kelvin. So by using the quick short key, I just press Control R. Here the mail will be replied. If for example, Kelvin is not the only person in the mail list, and there are a lot of people in the CC mails and the blind carbon copy, and I want to reply to everyone at the same time, I can decide to just press Alt R, it tells me to reply to all. But there's one, if for example, if you want to know the shortkeys to any function, just take your mouse to the reply button here. It's going to show you the key, which key you can use. Here you can use the Control plus Shift plus L, which of course you can also use the alternative plus L to send to reply to all. And for the forward, you can also use the Control F to do that, but you can also decide to use the Alt and the W to forward a mail to someone. So it's also an options you can use. So the 6 options we are going to discuss is about how to create a template in Outlook. If, for example, you send different kind of emails, or you send a specified emails to different companies, the same text, everything the same, and you don't want to keep on writing that same email all the time, you can create a template and just use that same template all the time. So how do we do that? For example, I can just create a new mail and just tap quote for two computers. Let me say, I can just say, yeah. It goes for 2 computers. Okay, let me just use this test as an example. So first of all, you will need to save this file. Save the file. Well, don't use save, but use the second option, save as. So when you click save as you can see, automatically your mail will be saved as an Outlook message. But just click on save as type, and there you have the Outlook template. So if I click Outlook template, it's going to take me to the Microsoft template folder. So I can decide to give this a new name and just say quote. Let me just call it quote Kejo Computers, and I just click save. And now I have saved my quote, but I can click cancel. So I don't want to save it. So now I want to send a new email to someone. So how are we going to do that? So here we are going to use click on new item. Here we're going to go to more item and then choose more items and then choose form. In form, we are going to look for, just look for users template in file system. So type it, and here you have the quote of quote Kejo Computers. So select that and click open, and as you can see, my quote has been opened. So I can decide to just send it to Kejo Computers and say, just maybe you can, surely you have to add more text to this. This is just an example. So I click send. So now my mail will be sent. So the 7th option we are going to discuss is about how to create a signature. If where I work in my company, I realize that a lot of people, they send emails and they just keep on typing their signature all the time, and some of them really don't know how to automatically create a signature and add it to their email. So it's not that maybe they're not intelligent, but maybe they really don't know that options exist. So now if I go to file, go to options, here if I click mail, and here we have the signature below, spelling and auto correct. So click on signature, and as you can see, I've already created some signature before, but I can decide to just delete that. Yes, delete that. Yes. So let me just create a new signature, create new, and let me just call it new. Tip it there and type kind regards Kelvin Johnson. So now if I want this signature to be automatically added to any new mail I want to compose, I can decide to just select the new. So let me create a new one again, and I'll save it, of course, call it reply, click OK, and reply I can just say regards Kelvin. So I can just put reply and then click OK. But well, if you are creating a signature for your company, surely you need to add more information to the test. So this is just an example. So I click OK and I click OK. So here I can decide to, if I decide to compose a new mail, here you now see I have Kelvin Johnson in my mail. And also if I reply to a mail, let me just try to reply to this mail. Here you see the regards Kelvin has also been added. If for example I want to create a new mail and I can delete my signature. If your signature you've created your signature, or you have different signature, I want to use different signature for different companies, so I can decide to just insert my signature manually by going to insert and add new, or you can also decide to choose also reply if you want. As you can see, the reply signature has overwritten the new signature. So that is how simple it is to create a signature, and I hope this helps you when you want to send emails and not keep on typing the signature manually all the time. So the 8 options we are going to discuss, or the 18 in Outlook you may not know it exists, is about adding a BCC. It's called a blind carbon copy. So for example, you want to send an new mail to someone. Here you click new. As you can see, you have some option from, to the person you are sending the mail to, and you have carbon copy, who should be aware of the mail. I can also decide to add Kejo computers. But you also have an option if, for example, you want someone to be aware of the mail, but the person you are sending it to and the person in the carbon copy will not be aware that the BCC person knows about the mail. So you just go to the option under your ribbon, and here you have under the option tab, here you have the BCC. So I can decide to just remove the from, because actually if I send an email to someone, the person is going to know that the mail comes from me. But if, for example, you have multiple email address, you can always leave this option so you can choose from. So just click on the BCC. As you can see, this also has been added to the mail. I can also decide to add it to Kejo computers. And let me just click test, and I send the mail. So now the mail will be sent actually with to Kejo computers as also a carbon copy to Kejo computers, and also the blind carbon copy to Kejo computers. So the 9th option we are going to discuss is about how to move emails to folder using a very shortcut. So now I have the option of right clicking this, and I say move this mail to I can move it to Kelvin 1, which is of course the only folder I have, or I also have the option of clicking Control Shift plus V. So it's going to tell me, hey, you want to move this item, you want to move this mail, where do you want to move it to? So I can choose. If I have multiple folders, I can decide to choose it and move it there. But now let me just, for this example, let me just move it to Kelvin 1 folder. As you can see, the mail has been moved to Kelvin 1. So the mail is there. So it's actually very easy, but yeah, of course you can decide to click with your right mouse and move it, but I prefer using the shortcut keyboard because it saves me a lot of time. So the 10th option, which is of course the last option, and the last thing we're going to discuss here, is how to see a source of a message in Outlook. So if someone sent you an email, the person is actually going to leave a trace from where the message is sent from his Exchange server, and a lot of information that you can send to if you work for a company, you can send it maybe to the system engineer or to the Exchange server engineer to actually look from where that mail is coming from, or to add that mail to the blacklist. So if you click with your right mouse here, you will not see any option of doing that. So just double click on the mail to open the mail, and here you have your mail. So to see the source of the mail, just click File and click Properties. So if I click properties, and here I have, just look down, you see internet header. So in internet header, you have a lot of information about from where the mail is sent from. It's from Hotmail, as you can see. You can see a lot of information, which of course I'm not going to go into details about what all this are, but it's just to let you know that the information is there. You can decide to just copy the information and just paste it on a notepad, and here you can send this to a system engineer or to someone who can actually take time and look into this to the source and see if they can use some one or two information from it. Well, this is the 10 things I believe is going to help you a lot and save your time if you work with Outlook in a daily basis, or if you use Outlook maybe once in a while. So please, thank you very much for watching my video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more IT related videos. And please, if you have any comment or you have any question, you can always leave a comment on my channel, or you can send me a personal email at kjocomputers@gmail.com. Thank you once more for watching my video, and see you next time. Bye.